210 Boxing TV here with Coach Bullet. Here, I see you in camp right now with Rolly. How's everything progressing? You got a big fight coming up May 13th. Talk about it.
Everything is good. An opportunity for a world title. You got to get it and move on to the next and just start calling out the other guys again.
Do you feel like this is the perfect opportunity for Rolly? Because a lot of people kind of wrote him off after the Tank fight, saying, hey, that was it for him. And then boom, now he's in a world title fight at a new weight class, and he looks a lot stronger. He looks a lot more solid. Definitely looks a lot more solid.
The funny thing is about the Tank fight was that people called him off before the Tank fight, not after. After the Tank fight, he got more respect than he had before the Tank fight. So people understand this motherfucker could fight and he could box. So it's a big difference, you know what I mean?
Because he was having success against Tank, before he got stopped. He was having success, and it showed that that he's strong, that he's a handful. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like at 140 he's going to be that much more stronger and solid than 135?
140 is the best thing for him. He's just a bigger, he's more solid guy than most.
His legs, calves, look huge.
Compared pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Compared to what I've seen him before, he looks completely different.
Yeah, turned into a man now. He got that man strength, that bone density.
With Puello, right? He's tall, lanky, southpaw. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you like that, though, because Rolly can more than likely get on the inside and roughhouse him and get the overhand right? Or how do you see that?
The thing is with guys like Puello is they don't really have that dog, but they're good boxers. And once they get hit, they'll figure it out.
You feel like with Rolly, it's just going to be the heart and the power will be the difference with Rolly at the end of the day?
The ability that he could box, and he got power, he got heart, he got dog, all that shit all in one is a big problem for the world of boxing. So no matter who's in front of his face, they're in for a long night.
Now, as you mentioned, so a big win like this, right? He gets a legit world title. They can't call it a paper title. He gets a legit 140-pound title. And you said you want to call out the other guys. Are there any names or anyone that you feel would be a good fight?
At the 140 division, see the 35 division eventually going to turn into the 40 division.
Yeah, everyone's moving up.
See, the funny thing is that we were the last to come into the 35 division to even get recognition, to even fight for a championship. Now we get it early at 140, then the guys move from 35 to 40, now they got to follow us. You see what I'm saying? Because...
So it's kind of strategic, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then opens the doors, because if these guys have the belts, then they're more than likely not going to want to give Rolly the shot, basically, right?
Absolutely. So we want to go at 40 with the position and having a title to negotiate and to run things our way. You know what I'm saying? And with the belts, fighters, the world knows that fighters have the ability to do what they want to do.
Because they can't be undisputed if he has that WBA.
Exactly.
Now, I also want to touch on things. Fight week, big fight this weekend. Ryan Garcia, Tank. Mm-hmm. Tank, you're very familiar with him. Mm-hmm. Ryan Garcia, I'm pretty sure you know him as well. What do you think about the fight? Break it down, and how do you see it going?
Honestly, it's a very good fight. I think people are writing Ryan Garcia off so much, kind of like they wrote Rolly off. They have to understand boxing is a 50-50 sport. Mm-hmm. No matter who has the upper hand or the clout or everything like that. I just believe what I know is, Tank has more experience in big fights. He has more experience in dog wars, you know what I'm saying, warfare. Mm-hmm. And I'm not writing Ryan off completely because he has skills, he has speed. If he can stay smart and protect himself, he has a good chance to go 12 rounds, go decision. But if not, I'll put my money on Gervonta.
What do you feel like the strengths and weaknesses are, right? Like with Tank, it kind of feels like, he with Rolly, right? He didn't want to just go in there right with Rolly because he knew how strong Rolly was.
It's a different ball. Styles make fights. You can't run there with Rolly. You got to play that smart. You got to try to outmaneuver him or take the chances and the least risk for your rewards.
Do you think he's going to do that with Ryan?
No, he's gonna attack Ryan.
You think he won't show that same respect that he showed Rolly to Ryan?
No.
You feel like Tank's just going to walk? Is just going to try to dog walk?
He's going to try to dog walk him. He's going to be smart because he's a smart fighter. But in the day, the punch volume is going to be different.
Now, they're making a big thing about the rehydration clause, right? Now, Ryan is a much bigger guy. Tank is a small guy. Do you feel like that factors into anything? Or is it just a side just pulling strings?
It's a major factor. Like I said before, it's smart for Team Tank to do it. But I feel like it's kind of retarded for Ryan to agree to it.
We can say this. I'm Mexican, so I can say this.
Mm-hmm.
We rehydrate a lot. Yes. We rehydrate. Mm-hmm. We have the tendency to do the 15, 20 pounds. Mm-hmm. And, hey, it's perfectly legal, right? Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Do you feel like that's really putting him at a disadvantage, Ryan? Because,
Because you can't fill back up. Whatever you were in training camp, you're not gonna be that same guy on a fight night. And people say, "Oh, it's the big lights." No, it's the freaking point of you rehydrating and feeling 100%.
Because I always ask fighters, right? You know, hey, is there anything you eat after specific, you know, pasta, any specific meal? They're like, man, it's like, shit, I eat whatever I want. I finally can live my life for this one day, you know, at the fight.
It's not smart to eat whatever you want. It's smart to eat the proper foods to get the proper nutrition and carbohydrates and the right things to let your body go to performance. You know what I'm saying? Getting the right sodium back in there, you know, getting the right fluids and everything back in there is very important.
But you get like, I guess the point I was trying to make is like a fighter, right? He can get a full, let's say 32 hours ahead of time, right? Because you do the weigh-in Friday morning, and not the televised weigh-in, the real weigh-in, that morning.
Yeah.
So then you got the full 32, but then you're doing a weigh-in Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's
so that,
bullshit.
you know what I mean? So then you really only have 12 hours instead of that 32.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I would never sign no shit like that.
Do you feel like Ryan, he should have held his position because he's still a name? It's not like he was a guy that desperate that needed to fight. Do you think he should have held his position? The fight still would have got made?
That's gonna make a big difference in the fight. Let's keep it 1,000. Big difference in the fight, performance-wise.
Tank, he could come in whatever he wants.
And he got the belt. I mean, and another thing, they ain't fighting for no damn belt anyway. They're not fighting for no belt, not at 136. Ain't no 136 belt. Belt's at 135.
Do you think that's weird that they did the catchweight at 136 instead of doing it like at 140, or where they could just be both comfortable?
Between 37, 38, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But from what I'm hearing, they're not fighting for a belt. It's just a stupid fight anyway.
Now, leaving off real quick, Coach. So as you said, right, it's not for a belt or anything. Ryan has been fighting at 140 and Tank, at 135, but he has fought at 140 before. Like you said, the 37, 38, would that have made more sense than 36?
Yeah, 36, yeah.
So you kind of you make it even for both guys, right? Instead of just so lopsided for one guy?
It's more lopsided for Tank because he's a smaller guy. So Tank can make 130 right now. He was 133 on May 13th. I mean, May 28th last year.
When he fought y'all?
133 on the scale.
All right, Coach. Anything you want to leave off with today? It was a pleasure speaking with you.
I just want to say, Beast Boxing International, we're on our way to the top. And I'm going to tell you something. All you kids and all these barrios and all these hoods, keep your head up, keep dreaming, keep doing what you're supposed to do in the gym, listen to your coaches. If your coaches ain't good enough, y'all know where to come.
All right. Appreciate you.